Well, sorry. Hey guys, what's up? It's Schla coming back to ya with another episode of Car Rides with Schla. And this is currently the first episode with the new microphone. And I don't know how good or bad it's going to be sounding because I did do some testing with it, but then last second I thought of a potentially improved idea. So then I changed it and I'm doing things different now, but I didn't actually get to test it, which is probably not it's really wasn't the smartest idea, but I don't really have too much other options or choices or whatever. So we're just doing what we can, I guess. Like this is what we're doing. I was originally thinking I was gonna do like a backup record or something. Like I'd still have my other one running. I'm obviously not gonna end up doing that. So it's kind of a shame. There's a lot of things that are a little bit up in the air right now about the setup. This audio could end up being relatively poorly recorded. Um, there are some issues, definitely. But I figured this should be fine. I don't know. I don't really like it. I think the mic isn't really properly stable on my face. I need to make it tighter. Doesn't really fit properly at the moment. So that's kind of concerning. And yeah, all adjourned. Like, I don't think there's too much else. I'm probably going to need to get gas. I'm probably going to try to do it. Well, no, I still might just do it this morning because I don't like going after work. It's just not as good as of a system at all. So I think we should just try to go this morning, which kind of fits because we don't even all right, anyways, I'm talking too much. This new setup, it's a lot of extra work. There's a lot of extra cables. I have to get some shorter cables and then, in this case, find some shorter cables. Um, and like I already alluded to, I actually have to better adjust the headset. So I will try to do that when I get to work and we'll see how that goes. But for the most part, like I have a feeling that this recording is coming out okay. We'll have to see. I just don't know exactly, but I think things should be sounding okay, but like I could end up eating my words there. It's because last second I thought of a great idea to do a different filter that I had lying around, actually from the mic that I used to do walk switch law with. Yeah, it's just annoying because like this thing is not fit on my face properly, so it's just kind of shaky. I probably should have actually used the other one. Yeah, because this one it's just not, it's not like flush against my face, which is obviously a problem. We'll just have to see how it goes, I guess. But yeah, I think we'll just get gas this morning. It's probably not going to be optimal, but you know, it's like, what can you do? Um, and yeah, it's a shame. I mean, it's a shame I didn't really have this prepared better. I probably should have, but I don't really know what happened. So yeah, it's kind of like shaking around and stuff. especially while I'm driving. Like that probably isn't great, and I still don't know how it's sounding. It could actually be sounding terrible right now. I wouldn't be super surprised, but yeah, the shaking's like really bothering me because I just don't have this set up for my face properly. Like I don't even know if I can put up with it. This is really getting bad. I'd have to like take it off and try to quickly adjust it. Don't try this at home. Don't try this at home. Sorry guys, I really apologize for that. Not see now I have to double check. So, this isn't good. No, I think it's probably fine. That was just really. Mm-mm. It's just not a good situation, what I'm doing right now. Fortunately, I think it'll be set up good enough now for me to. The thing I'm worried about now is if I'm talking into the microphone backwards, but besides that, I think things are secure enough to where they're fine. I mean, it's still like a little bit wobbly. I don't really have the things set properly, like perfectly, but at least now it's much more secure around my head at least. So I'll probably be able to live with it. But like I said, the microphone, it actually could be backwards right now. I was trying to figure that out and I couldn't figure out. So yeah, it's not too great, but like I said, I mean, we're doing trial and error. It's kind of a shame. And there was just those, few minutes of silence, but we're just seeing how things go. I mean, it's a rough start. And then this part needs to really be tightened up so it's a little more stable, but yeah, and like I said, it's hard because I was running into a lot of plosive issues and I still could be. That's the thing I'm worried about. I guess we're just going to have to treat this as more of a test recording. I really should have taken the time to just test it properly beforehand, but I just didn't do that, and it's a shame, like really, because now it's hurting my. I don't know why. Like I was planning on doing that, but then I didn't end up doing it. So I'm trying to like feel the, yeah, I assume I'd be able to tell if I was like talking in to behind the mic, like I don't, I feel like it would be more obvious. But yeah, I don't know. It's definitely like a whole new thing to get used to, and it's a lot of extra effort, but the quality should make it worth it. Like I said though, this one could be horrible cuz we might not really know what we're supposed to be doing at this point. We just might not really know. That's why I don't know. It's on top of that. I mean, this thing's still shaking. It really has to be more secured to my head, but I couldn't really get it to do that in my like brief finagling. So I feel like the sound might be a little bit off, sadly. Like yeah, it's this shaking thing is really bothering me that it's not as secure. I mean, I don't even think I would have been able to pull it off how it was like before, but I have to fit it to my face better. And I guess I wasn't when I was testing it, I wasn't thinking about that. Like I was just thinking about I was obviously sitting still, so when I was first trying it on and stuff, I didn't. So I mean that part of it, I think that was relatively unavoidable. Like I probably could have figured, I wasn't gonna drive for no reason, basically. Like I was definitely probably just gonna end up getting hit with this when I started. Um, because I really am going to have to bend it in a very specific way to get it fit properly to my face. And again, I'm worried it's probably going to sound all shaky because it's like moving around so much. Yeah, I mean, I guess moral of the story is like I really gotta, in life I gotta expect that things are not gonna work out like that seamlessly, or I have to plan them. Like if I don't plan for it, like I can never just expect that things are going to be smooth. It's just not that's just not how things go. If something could go wrong, like it's probably going to, and you know the rest of the story. But yeah, I'm hopeful that this will be able to give us a good sound, but I'm not even sure. I'm using the fur filter actually from it was like I was going to bed last night and laying there in bed and I was thinking about it and I realized because I've been having a hard time finding a fur cover for this. And I remember that microphone I used for the walk switch schla that I just sticked on the end of my phone that had a fur ball. And in my head, I was thinking about it and I was thinking it actually should fit like just right. And sure enough, it does. Now, not to mention, it's going to be a whole thing trying to get this to work with the walk switch slot setup, because I might as well, but it's definitely going to be a lot, So that's kind of the sad thing about walk switch slot because I really should be using this microphone. Before the one before, like, yeah, it may have been better for walk switch law, but I had that easy handheld one, and it's just like that wasn't really such a big deal. Um, you know, that was fine, and it was a lot easier and convenient and stuff. And but like now that I have this super souped up great one, I'm really trying to take advantage of it. Like I'm not trying to just let it sit because of some, I don't know. But yeah, it's a shame because I actually have a feeling I know what. Yeah, see, it's like if the road's not too bumpy, I don't really notice it. But then it's like when the road starts getting bumpy, it really starts shaking a lot, and I don't like it. I'm gonna have to fit it to my face better, and it's just more complicated ergonomics because the microphone is heavier. So, it's just something to keep in mind. I also need to find a case to carry it in. I actually didn't find that, and then my bag is breaking at the moment. So there's like a lot of things that are kind of getting crazy. Like it's like, at the same time, I finally have this dream setup. It's at the same time, it's like I don't. We're not there yet. We're not there yet. We're not quite there. I mean, we kind of are. Honestly, we kind of are there, but you know, at the same time, we're not. Like, so we'll just have to keep on going. And yeah, again, it's. I guess I'm just gonna have to chalk up to the fact that this recording could just be, completely horrible, and that's just how it's gonna be. Like I can't. It's kind of like a test recording. In a way, it's good because I'm not saying anything super meaningful. Although I did say that one thing I think was a pretty meaningful assessment, that I have to be able to just be chill about these sorts of things because there's no way I can just expect that things are just going to be like fine if I have such, particular expectations about it. Like there's no way that it's going to be all that fine. I just, refuse to believe that. And yeah, I mean that's really about it, right? There's no way that things are just going to be smooth or going like how you want them to go if you don't necessarily, like, if you don't really plan the stuff out. And if I wasn't going to, on the weekend, I could have went out and driven, but I usually don't like doing that kind of stuff because, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I just don't really like to do it. Like I guess it's fine. I mean, this is like, it's like a product of what I wanted to do anyway, and we have to treat this and potentially even the second episode as kind of like test episodes. It's a little bit difficult to say exactly how that's gonna go down or how that's gonna be, but it is what it is. And yeah. But like I said, the meaningful thing that I said, the meaningful thing I said is that, what's the meaningful thing I said? Right. My expectations, I should just compare to the level of preparedness and just be willing and chill to handle things as they come if things go wrong, because I can't be doing this where, I'm getting all, it's just too much. It's too hyper. It's too crazy. And yeah, like that's pretty much end of the story. What I'm trying to get at. I shouldn't let myself get in that way. So, like, I probably, in terms of the gas, I probably could get the gas tomorrow. That's probably when I should get it, but I just want to get it today. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I just feel like getting it over with and not having to, because yeah, I'm trying to like time it more optimally or whatever, but I just want to get it out of the way today. I'm thinking of it. I was kind of prepared to do it today, but then when I get in my car, I see that I probably have like another day to go, but it's just, it probably would, no, it probably wouldn't be that tight actually. I probably should just do it tomorrow, but I'm not going to. I'm just not going to do that. But yeah, I mean, the microphone in terms of, all the other things that I've talked about, I'm very happy with it. I'm not really encountering too much bumps now, so maybe the shakiness. I don't actually know how much it would affect the recording. But yeah, so like we're in a pretty good place. Like we're seeing the end of the tunnel. I don't know that we're exactly out of the tunnel yet, but we can definitely see the tunnel. We can see it. And it's a place, I mean, for a while, I didn't really think I was going to make it or get to here. Like, it was just because I started noticing some of those recordings would have intermittent problems with the other mic. So, yeah, it's just like, I don't know. I decided, instead of just buying a second of that just kind of like standard mic, I might as well just invest into the really good mic because why not? Why wouldn't I just try to upgrade? And, I had spent all this money on all these other things that like don't even really matter. So why not just invest into the thing that's actually going to, I would use every single day. Now, the potential caveat to that is that, this is adding a significant amount of complexity to the setup. The setup I had before was remarkably efficient. And so you could probably make the argument that I don't know. Like I don't know if this is the most worth it. I can't say that this makes the most sense because I'm thinking about it and I probably could add these effects on in post and I could be using a different mic that would have worked with the other thing I was using. That probably would yield like a similar performance, probably. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, I don't know. I think it gets a little bit tricky to figure out like what the best idea really is or would be. I do. But I still think even if it's negligible, it still is likely better to just have everything in the hardware. Like it's already done. I don't have to apply any editing to it, but it's still probably less work if I had gotten the other microphone. It still probably would be less work. But I really liked this one, and I don't know, for some reason we're here at this point. It's possible I would change things up in the future though. Like I think that's always going to be a possibility. But for the time being, this setup is very good. It could be the best. It could be the best. I just think that there could be a setup that really gets like 90% of what I'm doing now. And then yeah, like there could definitely be a setup where it's reaching 90% of what I'm getting out of this setup and it's It's like 90% easier. That's what I'm trying to say. So I'm not really sure. But in terms of the peak, in terms of the real pinnacle of what I could be doing, I really think this is pretty much it. Like, I don't know. I don't really think I could try to do more research and stuff, but it's just one of those things. Like, I don't really feel that I could be doing that much more to polish or to get things better now. Again, this recording could be sounding like trash the whole time, which is it's kind of funny that I'm hyping it up so much because it's possible that some settings are going to need to be tweaked. Like I'm not, but it is actually possible. I'm thinking about it because the way I did things before, I always had to fix the input like volume afterwards because if I would set it too high in advance, it would just be too risky to clip and to have like clipping or volume issues. So after I was done, since I was using iOS, I had to convert it from a MP4 to an audio file anyway because it was just easier to get the thing from my phone through converting them into like just black videos. So that's like what I was doing. I was taking an audio recording, exporting it, and then putting it to, I'm trying to think. Yeah, putting it to an MP4 but then I'd have to convert it. But what I'm saying is converting it was fine anyways because I had to convert it anyway. Like I had to convert it from a MP4 to an audio file. And while I did that, I amplified everything. But this is going to be so much better because it's actively. So, you know what? I don't know if I can say 90%. I can probably say 80%, but I that's actually still questionable because this just gets the gain perfect. The gain on this current one is pretty. Now, look, this guy just like honked his horn at me, but I don't really get why because again, there's a decent amount of cars in front of me. And then I like sped up and he didn't even do anything. So I don't know, maybe he wasn't even beeping. I don't even know. I don't get what his point of beeping was. Um yeah, I wasn't thinking about that. This is getting like the gain proper in advance. Well, in this case it might not be. It might be too loud, but I'm really hoping that this is relatively fine. Like I hope that there's not issues with this stuff and that it's not like super complicated and difficult to position it a certain way or anything like that because it's possible that it could be, and that would be pretty frustrating if it's going to be a pain in that sense. But what I'm talking about is that like I don't think I'm actually going to have to do anything to the file because I think that this file as is likely going to already be at the right volume. Like I don't know that there's any amplification that can be done. Like I think it already fills it. It looks like it's filling it to me. So that's like super good because I would notice with other interfaces and just recording in general, like it is really a pain to get the perfect volume and you usually have to end up like, you know, undershooting it by a bunch and then in post just amplifying everything. But there is certain issues with that. Like when if you do shout during a recording, then it's like it throws off the whole recording and I have to go back through to the part where I made like a really loud noise, for example, and lower the volume just in that specific segment and then try to rate like it becomes a lot of work. And that's why I'm saying like with some of these effects, there's certain things that I could do with a more limited interface, but I don't know if it's possible to do with there could be other apps too that could just put the same effects on, but this interface it's a hardware level. Like it's just being done on the actual hardware, which is kind of better, really, if you think about it. Like that's really what you would want. Um, so that's why I'm kind of saying that 90% thing. Maybe that is accurate. I'm not sure what recording apps exist that would let you, like, maybe there are some that would let you put some of these effects down. I'm not really exactly sure what kinds are out there, or, I don't know. So, yeah, it's a shame because on top of all this, like, my bag's really on its last legs. I really have to get a new backpack, and I've been putting that off, so it's like everything. But we're preparing. I really think by the time like April comes around, we're going to be feeling pretty good in general. That's kind of what I think. I think by the time April comes around, it's it's going to be pretty good. I really do. I feel like March, it's going to be the last of an era. But really, I mean, you could argue March is technically kicking. It's just that my March, I don't have this thing set up yet perfectly. So that's like the problem with March. It's not set up. Like the thing is not fit on my face properly, and this recording could have a bunch of problems. We don't really know yet. So I'm saying that technically we already are here. I mean, by some metrics. It's just not necessarily by all metrics. So that's just the thing to keep in mind. Now, I could still end up having to wait for this guy, but again, I don't really care. It it really was a lot more of a hassle than I thought it would be coming here after work. I don't know if you guys remember, but it's like it's just worse. It's just worse of a hassle. It's a shame that this guy likes to show up like very late to when he's supposed to open. It's annoying, but I still think that there's not really a better system. Like, I don't think there's a better way for me to get gas, and I'm just going to have to chalk it up to the lost time because I just can't, I don't really think there's another thing for me that makes that much sense, but, it doesn't look like he's here, and it's just like, but it looks like somebody is there trying to get gas. So I don't. Yeah, I guess he's not open yet though. So we know he's not open. I don't think this guy knows. So we're gonna have to wait. We're just gonna have to wait. Yeah, that guy wasn't happy though. He was like speeding off. But see, this is why I said it's probably fine for today because I wanted to work on adjusting this thing anyway. Like trying to fix how it fits on my head and stuff. So it's a shame because I can't really be talking to y'all very well. Like I can tell that this is not as good of a situation, but It's fine because of all days. It's like I definitely needed some time to do this anyway. Yeah, that didn't really help anything. It has to be like angled up more into my. So that's what we have to. Just like hurts. Like it hurts trying to bend this thing. I need like pliers or something, man. Like this is not. I'm kind of worried because it looks like the metal is gonna break, which is not. Sorry, let me repeat that if you didn't catch it. Um, it looks like the metal could break. I think we're good now, though. I think this is actually good, but yeah, I'm worried that metal is going to break because it looks like there's some kind of a thing forming on it. No, actually, I still don't really think it's like firm enough, but this is much better than it was before. So, yeah, we're getting somewhere, but we're still not quite there. I guess I can get the rest of my stuff ready too. While we're waiting for this guy to show up, that's what I was saying for this morning at least. There's a pretty good argument to be made for me to just wait here, but it's still not really a good situation. It's just not. This guy needs to learn how to, be on time for his business because if I was him, I wouldn't be doing stuff like this. So, it's just like, really, dude, I don't understand why he's always so late. But like I said, today of all days, I think it makes sense. So we're just figuring it out. Yeah, like I just don't get it because, if I owned a gas station, I just would not act like this. I don't know. I think we're figuring it out though. I think we're getting somewhere. I think we're getting somewhere. Um it's just mm, no, I still think it probably should be like a little more tighter. But I also feel like it needs to like it's like too big. Like I need to totally readjust how it like fits on my the thing is like too big and that would probably also help with the wobble. The entire like contraption is just way too big and that's part of the problem probably. And I'm worried because I really fear that that metal part is going to break, and that is like obviously going to be pretty bad. So I don't know. Kind of frustrating. And then this guy, he's really starting to get on my nerves because he's still not here, and it's actually getting pretty excessively late at this point. Um, we're just like, I don't know, wasting a lot of time. I mean, I had something to do before, but yeah, again, I'm pretty worried about this metal. It looks like it's gonna break, so I'm it's not good. I mean, I got the thing it's actually not that expensive to get the new metal for it anyways. It's not really that big of a deal. But it's just the frame, it's not the actual microphone part. It just kind of gets like taped around. But I should probably just order another one because this one could break. It's just kind of stressful, because I can't really bend it the way that I want it to be bent because of that. I really need like pliers in order to. Yeah, I mean, it's really frustrating because I'm trying to think of the best system I can follow to get gas. And it's just, this guy really makes it hard for me because of how consistently late he is. Like, it's just, because I don't really have like another choice about it, you know? I just don't. There's no better, more like optimal way to do it. And this guy just really is hanging me up. And in this case, now I don't really have much to do because I want to be able to fix my microphone. But I really can't do that because the part I want to adjust is like breaking. And I'm worried it's going to snap. So, and the other part I would like to adjust, it it's just like too hard to bend. Like I'm trying to bend it, but it hurts because it's metal. Still not seeing that guy anywhere either. I don't. I think we might have been it enough now, but yeah, I feel like now it might be good enough. Okay, he's finally here, so I'll get ready to get my gas, guys. Wait, no, that's not him. That's somebody just walking up to the door. Never mind. Yeah, I didn't think that was him, but I saw someone walking up to the door, so I assumed that that would be, the guy I was looking for, but it's not. Yeah, like I said, to do the rest of the stuff I wanted to do, it's like I would really need pliers, so I can't really do it right now. But I'm noticing a lot of people come here, and then, the guy's just not here. It's not like I'm the only person. So I don't know. A lot of people doing the same thing, trying the door, seeing that it's closed. Yep. Well, little do they know I've been here before. I've been through this before, so I feel like I can't really remember, but I feel like he has been this late before. I don't think this is too crazy for him. But for some reason today, there's just like a lot of people showing up. Because I like the other times, I don't think there was a lot of people showing up. Like I think he wasn't here, but it was basically just me waiting here. There wasn't like all these other people trying to get in on the fun. So, I don't really know what it's different. It's definitely different. So, yeah, because like the other, I don't, I feel like but yeah, he's been this late before, but like people weren't showing up like this. Oh, maybe that is the guy because someone just got in. All right, let me take this off and get ready. Hey guys, what's up? Itchla coming back to ya with a second episode of Car Rides with Schla. I'm only saying that because I don't know, something happened, man, and the whole thing like glitched out on me. So the recording ended and now I'm here. So it's like, okay. Yeah. I don't know, I feel kind of weird right now. I hope I didn't like. No, it's just such a weird like this is probably going to be the latest I end up getting to work in a long time because that guy was so late. And then the phone just completely crashed. Like I ended the recording. This is the first time I'm recording on this Android thing and it just crashed. So now I'm obviously a little bit worried about like the quality of the recording and all. Like I don't I don't really know how that turned out now. And even now like it could still be pretty bad, so we're just going with the flow here. Like I don't really know. It's yeah, it's pretty bad. It's a pretty like weird morning. So it's just been a weird morning, a very different, odd, out of place morning. So yeah, I gotta find some pliers. Gotta try to be bending this thing properly so I can be getting some good audio. And then I'm really hoping that this windshield is going to be enough to stop plosives and things like that. But I'm honestly not that optimistic. I mean, we'll find out, obviously, but it would be really nice if it did. it would be super duper nice. But I think especially right now, I kind of have it pressed up against my face pretty hard. So it either probably doesn't really sound that great, or I'm not really sure. So, but yeah, now that I'm getting to work a little bit later, there's going to be more traffic now. So that's now like, becomes this whole issue. But like I said, it's still probably better to just go in the morning, even though that guy is like really annoying. It's still probably better. Um, I don't really know. But yeah, really him being late is throwing me off in a lot of different ways. So it's not a good situation at all. It's not. It's definitely not. And I guess in terms of adjustment with this thing, I don't have to be too worried about it because I don't really have it in the greatest position right now. I can't really access my climate controls too well, but I think how we currently have it is probably fine. So I don't think I really need to be like monitoring it as much, but that's still definitely not perfect either, if we're being honest. So, because I need to be able to adjust those. I mean, it was a great position, but it's not really where I need it to be. So I have to find some kind of a holder for it that'll work well. I don't have, I don't have a good enough phone holder for it. Like that would be big enough for it because I mean, I was hoping it would work, but it's a bit too wide. So I have to find like a different holder for it. Because the other thing too, if I have it pressed up against my face, it kind of helps with the bumping because it's actually another point of contact on my face. So yeah, I mean, I'm hoping that this works out. And yeah, like I said, I'm hoping there's not much more crashing like that just happened. I mean, I paused it and it was really confusing because then I think you're just supposed to hit the red button again to resume it, but I hit the play button and then it started playing the audio. So that's what I think messed everything up. You know what I'm like? That's really what I think got me is that me accidentally doing that. It's like not good. Really not good. Because I'm not used to this app. So I'm like doing a bunch of stuff that I don't, I wouldn't usually do and all. But yeah, I mean, it would be great if this whole recording could be like totally lousy. It's like really sad. It's really a sad situation, in my opinion. Well, in anybody's opinion, really. I don't know who wouldn't be sad about something like this. Now, I wasn't really thinking about it, but then my toes are getting really cold because we were waiting so long. Like, this is going to be a record late to work. Like, on top of all this other, it's just been like really, that's kind of why I wanted to get it over with too. To be honest, so it's kind of why I just wanted to get everything through. But we'll see, man. We'll see how this day transpires. We're not even really too ready, honestly, for the we're not really ready for the day. It just feels so weird. Everything feels so like off. Like that always happens when things like this happen. I wish that guy could just be on time to his business, you know? Like I would never actually if I had a business, I would be early to it. If I'm going to be honest, like I would just be early to it. I wouldn't even I wouldn't even be doing stuff like that, you know? I'd make sure I'm early, but other people I just don't think they care in the same way. So, what can you do? All right. Well, I think that about does it for Schla. It's been an exhausting morning. It's been Schla, and now it's time to buy Schla. So, see you, Schla.